Yes, people. Hopefully you man can hear me. And there's a lot of you in the building. Do me a quick favor before we get started into anything, right? And make sure you know what it is. Just like the video. Like the video. On 28 likes. Loads of you in here. Do that. We got lots to talk about on Man City, I suppose. Daps isn't here. He's at work. He's doing his thing at the moment. He might be on later. I'm not too sure. But yeah, man. Hopefully you guys can hear me nice. I'm trying to do something a little bit different with my mic, so it's not too close to my mouth. You know, it's not some next thing. But let me put this quick to all the City fans in particular. Yeah? Whatever we say on here does not represent what Daps thinks. Yeah? So don't get me petty and go into his inbox and say, oh, you're getting ripped on your own channel. This is not a Man City channel. Yeah? This is not a Man United channel. And this is not any other club channel. This is a generic channel for all sorts of clubs. If you can take it, you can give it. Yeah? If you can give it, you can take it. It's the same thing, right? So all I'm trying to say to you guys, whatever you do not get onto Daps. It does not represent his thoughts and feelings. This is, again, I'll make it clear. This is not a Man City channel. Okay? So don't get onto Daps. Daps can do his thing. People get hot. It's calm. It's a neutral thing. If I'm going to rip into City, don't go onto him and start getting onto him. Easy as that. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Mo's not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody, not everyone's gonna like you. Certain people want to block me today because they can't handle it. But it is what it is, man. Like
yeah. Cass. When we talk about Man City, when we talk about Man City fans, when we talk about Liverpool, I'm not talking about Mons personally. I'm not talking about Man United. I'm not talking about Cass personally. I'm just saying my opinion, and Cass is saying his opinion. Mons is here. Ty, Daps, everybody can have an opinion as long as we're respectful. You guys should accept that. It's as simple as that. It's just opinions. No harm done, nothing. So it's nothing personal. I promise you this. And this is just people need to accept it as it is. There is going to be debates, opinions you won't like, but it's not. Again, Martin, I see your comment. It's not that deep. Exactly. This is exactly what it is.
Exactly. So that's all I would like to say. Obviously, we're joined by Mons today, Liverpool rep and everything. He's downloading something, so his camera might look a little bit fuzzy, but it's calm, innit? It's looking like a typical iPhone with like 1 bar of connection. But all I'm going to say is we might as well talk on a City situation. Daps is not here. He does have a daytime job. And he doesn't have a flexible job where it allows him to be on this show. Have you ever seen him here on a Monday? I don't think so. So this is the Chronicles. We're going to talk on the news and what's gone over in the weekend. I'm glad we got that straight. And I'm glad all of you lot are okay as well. Hopefully you all guys have had a good sleep. You know, and hopefully we can kick this on. But we have to talk on Man City right now. Right now. Because they have been charged with over 100 counts, Mr. Mo. You know,
so hear me out. Number
insane.
one, I want to say this is all allegedly. They are not convicted yet. They're just going to do investigation. Man City put up a statement saying that we're open to investigate. We'll have a independent, I think someone is going to independently investigate into Man City. That doesn't mean they are guilty. And I want to say something that people won't like. Man City fans, they are not the ones who committed anything. The players, not the ones who committed anything. Pep Guardiola didn't commit anything. If they take points from them, if they take titles away from them, that's not they're punishing the fans. They are punishing these players who worked really hard on the pitch to win these leagues. So ban the owners, jail the owners, put a transfer ban on the club. But in my opinion, and I had the same thing about Juventus, and I'm an Inter fan, and I said, you do not take away the fans' joy because they didn't commit any fraud. The fans didn't. The players probably didn't. It's the club, the owners, the people who run the club. Put them in jail, but don't take away the joy of the fans. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I'm not too sure yet either, man. Let me see what people are seeing in the comments first and foremost. I think it only makes sense. Got to big up everyone, guys. Again, 60 likes. Make sure you smash the like button. Let's quickly get this to 100. But yeah, man. Allegedly, anyways, in cases this is alleged, like they have been charged. It's not an alleged thing. I'm not saying they're guilty, by the way, because they might not be guilty, if that makes sense. But yeah,
that's why I said allegedly guilty of committing these things. Course. They are not convicted yet.
They're not convicted yet. So who knows? But big up Wolves in the building. He says, is Pep man of his words? If they have lied to me, I'm leaving immediately. Said Pep. I'm pretty sure Pep doesn't want to be in any sort of scandals. He's got a very clean career. IQ in the building says, I mean, if we're talking about United points deduction, it's not fair for United, who were second to City in 3 seasons, I think, and Liverpool, but only Arsenal will benefit from this deduction if it happens. Allegedly, if they do get sent down to the, I don't know, man. Apparently, if they get 50% of charges, they get out of the league. But Houston says, joke, no City fan can ever chat shit about my club again when you've been cheating to win titles. We don't know that yet, though, Yusuf, do we? Raheem says, wait
Did
till
they cheat on the
Khaldoon.
field? Did they cheat on the field? Did
I was
the
gonna get
players
onto
cheat on
that.
the field?
This is where I want Monts's opinion next. Wait till Khaldoon gets involved. Big up Zohaib in the building. Big up Nexus. Big up Sid as always. Georgie 1 foot, love to see it. Leicester fan always in here. Mama Flossie, Noz. Kevin Ritchie says, smash the likes, people. Let's get this over to 100. Listen to him if you don't mind. It doesn't take more than 1 second of your time. Joseph W. Narrate in the building, aka Indian Scouser. Big up the Navrafal family. Guys, if you want to become a member as well, join our call-in shows. And there will be more coming soon. I promise you that. I do keep my promises. Look at the pinned or look in the description to join that if you want to support us. Moji says City will beat the PL in court. RIP Premier League. Wayne Maher in the building as well. Gaetano, John McDermott, T-Fly, and many, many more. City Bias, RJ, and I see many of you, the comments are going, Gio, there's loads, and Pablo. But yeah, Monts, if they are to be charged guilty and all this stuff, would you want them to run, because apparently since 2009, right, would you want the Premier League titles to be adjusted correctly?
Why are you asking me that question?
Because
there's many questions.
No, because Man United would be gifted 3 titles more. Liverpool would be gifted 2 titles more, and I think Arsenal get a title as well. Maybe not. I think it might be those ones.
No. Leicester won it that year. 15-16.
Arsenal never came second. Mons is right. They only came second after Leicester.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would have been Leicester's year. So, realistically, would I take a title, but it means United getting 3 more titles? No. Like, listen, if we do get the title, I'm not complaining, but it's not the same, innit? You didn't get to live it. You didn't get to, like, experience it properly. It kind of takes away the whole nous and the whole everything around it that makes it such a memorable moment. And do you know what I'm saying? It becomes, and it kind of just spoils things a little bit. If they get a sanction, I'd rather them just get their sanction and then whatever in it.
And even if they get relegated once, right? If they get relegated, it's fine.
Yeah, relegated, points deducted. If they get the Premier League taken away from them, all of them things that can happen. Whatever, like, but giving everyone, for this year you get a prem, for that year you get a prem. Everyone getting prems. Like, what's the point? There's no. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, listen, if y'all want to give me that second prem, listen, I'm starving out here, bro. I'm starving. Like, you know, if you want to give me that Premier League, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I ain't complaining though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear it. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't want it because I would like to put out there they won it on the field and they won it. It might, even though it might not be seen as fair and square, the fans deserve that of Manchester City because it's not their fault, as Mo said. It's not the players' fault. They're only doing what they're getting paid to do what they did. And it's not me being shameless. I didn't feel that win. I wouldn't celebrate Jose, Oli, and back in Ferguson, like 3 different managers getting the Premier Leagues. It would not make sense to me. It would feel undeserved. And I got to fit. You know what it is? You got to think of it from a human element. How would the fans feel that getting stripped? It's not their fault. They paid their hard-earned money to go watch City and their team. And yes, it's not right on the players. How can you strip away their Premier Leagues? It's not their fault that they're getting paid to do a job to go win the title, right? Mo?
100%. Listen, 100%. How are we taking these players who got paid, sweat on the field, Guardiola, work, Mancini, Pellegrini, and the fans paying money, as you say? It's just, as I say, freaking put these owners in jail, ban them from the country, put the club maybe in the 2nd division, but do not take away the fans' joy. They lived it, they enjoyed it, they deserved that. Listen, Juventus in 2006 paid the referees. That's completely different. Completely different. When you pay the referees, that means you didn't win it fair and square. But these guys didn't pay the referees. There is no proof that they paid anybody to win the game. They won the game on the pitch, so they deserved it. I'm sorry. But anyway, Cass, before we do that, there is a super chat, but also, guys, we're not even on 100 likes and 220 people here. I need the counter right here to go up in front of me. make sure to check that like button underneath your live chat. Close it. Go to the live chat. Go to the like button. Hit it, and then come back to the live chat and chat with us.
As you heard, man. Olu says you'd also have to adjust relegation for 4 teams City beat. I don't think you can kind of adjust that though, Olu. Like the teams that did get relegated, like you can't just what are you gonna do? Just slap them back in the Premier League all of a sudden? Like here's your chance. I don't think it works like that. I don't know if I understand that comment exactly, but big up for the super chat. But yeah, man, look, City won them fair and square, like on the field, and imagine taking that. Like how? Like I don't understand. I'm trying to think of it from just when I don't want handouts. Because all them Premier Leagues are going to be justified. Like, yeah, you won it because they cheated because of financial fair play and all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Also, Cass,
For me,
you know that's not
cheating,
only them, right?
cheating
You know,
is cheating.
Southampton created. I'm sorry, Southampton created a company in Thailand, a betting company, to sponsor them. And when they tried to go and find that company, it didn't exist. They hired actors for commercials and ads. So I'm sorry, this is just something that is. You prove that you're muted.
Yeah. Oh, who's mute? Me?
No months.
Oh,
Sorry, did you say actors for ads?
Absolutely. They
You
hired
serious?
actors in Thailand
What?
for ads and stuff. And this is proven because someone went to the website of the betting company. I couldn't find it and found that actor as a sub in a movie. So I'm sorry. Come on. You talk about that. It's just a lot of clubs do that.
Yeah,
And
it's a sticky one. It's a sticky one, but you know, I don't think. Look, I think Emma says cheating is cheating. If this was any other sport, the athlete would be disqualified even if they didn't do it directly. But it's not an athlete. These are athletes. There's 26 of them. Are you gonna take away their titles for what? Like they went out on there, got as we were saying, got paid and done the job that they were asked to do. They didn't know about this financial fair play. They just got whatever the book said. We're on the books. We're getting paid what we do. We're going to do our job. We put blood, sweat, and tears into this stuff, and we won it fair and square. So I don't know. And also, just to add on to it from what's being said exactly, by the way, is that this ain't UEFA rules. This is Premier League rules. They're not allowed to appeal it. And this is not going to get sent over to CAS either.
so they have to fight the Premier League
Yes.
in the UK.
Yeah, they have
In
to.
the
They
UK.
have to do it by UK laws. So they're gonna have to go and get their, their Arsenal supporting lawyers and, and try and bust case that way. But again, how you meant to bust case if you're not even allowed to appeal? If you've got dirt on a team allegedly since 2009, they've come because they've got something. Do you get what I mean? They've got something, and you got look. Banter aside, right? I don't like Man City. It don't mean I don't like Man City fans. Like clearly, I've kind of known in the last couple of days, you guys are sensitive, yeah. But in the last, how many years, they don't deserve that. Do you know what I mean? They don't deserve it. As a human element, they don't deserve something like that. Because if that was me, I'd be hurt because your club that you love has done you dirty. Does that make sense? Look, what speak on Juventus a little bit, anyways, Mo, because then you can kind of, allegedly again, you can kind of compare situations, but they only got a point deduction though.
No, but that's different. Juventus in 2006 actually found guilty in bribing referees to win games. That's totally different. That's why they went to Serie B. That's why they went to the second division. But this year, when they were found that they breached the league rules about the money and sponsorship and the wages and stuff, they got point deduction. But again, they're not taking titles from them. They're not taking anything away from them. So it is what it is. D1, big up for being 3 months member in the NAF Army, Never a Foul Army. Saying big up, Casmo and Mons, 3 months with us. Big up, D1 Melly. Thank you so much for being one of our loyal members, of course. Big up, D1. We're talking about football, or we're gonna keep talking about Man City? 255 people here.
No, I'll be real though. It's about you see when there's always gonna be a little snitch in the camp. Do you know what I'm saying? There's always someone in the camp. In the Man City camp, so
it's Cancelo.
It's Cancelo's the one we just made the phone call. Like, I'm gone. Yeah, you're coming down with me. You're coming down with me. Yeah. So what, 2009. Listen, I got all the details for the judge. You know what I'm saying? There's a rat in the camp, innit? There's a rat in the camp. So
it's mad because it was only yesterday that the Guardiola stuff came out. That what he said about it was only yesterday about I remember like 8-9 Premier League clubs coming out against us when we we're spending all this, and then all of a sudden the Premier League says, yeah, let me slap that in their face. Let me see if Pep likes this. You know what I mean? It's a bit.
You
It's
think
a
he
bit.
walks?
Bro, didn't they
You
take
think he
a,
walks?
didn't they take a
Seriously.
picture of all their lawyers?
I mean,
Didn't they
look.
take a picture of all their lawyers?
The question is though, how long would this even take? Does anyone have any idea? Like, I'm seeing someone. Who was it? Was it Mike Keegan or along those lines? I think he said something along the lines of that. This could take years. Like, this could take like a while to get to process.
Well, it didn't take a while for Juventus to get 15-point deduction and get sanctions on transfers and stuff. And then you have to appeal it. If they are found guilty, the punishment is gonna be there, and then you can appeal it later. But I think this is not gonna take a while for them. That's what that's based on what happened with Juventus. But Man City, of course, will get the lawyers, the big suits, and then they will appeal it. To be honest,
They
but
can't. No,
do you
wait,
think
wait, wait.
Pep
Whoa, whoa,
Guardiola
whoa.
leaves?
Wait 1 sec. They can't appeal it.
No, they're gonna appeal it in the UK. You can
No, 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 no. Have you not
in
seen
the
it?
court in the UK.
Oh, in the court. Yeah, but no.
Yes, in the court in the UK, they're gonna take the Premier League to court, and they're gonna just sue. Probably they're gonna sue them.
Man, oh man, this is man, I don't know what to say for it no more, man, because it's kind of deep, innit?
I do. Not looking good, bruv.
I have that somewhere, you know. I don't know which
Hold
one
on,
it is.
I want to talk about something football, but also sanctions, guys. We are hearing all the last like weeks after the World Cup that City's overhaul next year. Bernardo's leaving, Laporta's leaving, Gundogan not renewing. What if they get sanctioned, and what if they get a transfer ban? What happens then? How is the overhaul gonna do if Gundogan leaves? They want to replace this and that. They want to. Laporte is gonna leave. They want a new left back. They want a new midfielder. What is gonna happen to the club?
And then what? So what if they don't have? What if they don't get Champions League football because of a points deduction?
Exactly.
What happens then?
What happened to Holland?
Well, it might go down to it might go down to the case where they might have to sell players to buy players. Maybe.
Yeah.
That could be an option.
And
Maybe.
No, but then does Pep walk? Because Pep said himself.
I think he.
If
I think
the
he
owners
does.
are found, if the owners are
keep
found
going
guilty,
once.
if the owners are found guilty, then he walks himself.
Well, yeah, I think
Remember
he does.
the last time?
I think he does. I think he does walk because it's his reputation on the line here.
Yeah, but he says he will walk if the owners are now are found guilty of what they're being alleged accounts. He'll walk. So if he keeps his word, is he gonna walk?
Maybe. Well, what do you think, Mo?
I think he's gonna walk. I think the club is gonna be in shambles in terms of transfers. It's like Chelsea when they got like 18 months of ban. I think Man City fans, I'm not gonna tell you how to feel if your club is found guilty. All I can tell you is that you did not commit any fraud. You as a person did not do anything. You supported the club, and it happens all the time. This happens all the time, but this one is big for the club. Of course, a club rising to the top that quick, questions had to be asked. And I'm not saying that the owners are fraud and all of this, but they did what they had to do to make the club as big as it is now. And now questions are asked, and you'll have to answer for these questions, but not you as fans. It's the club. But the question is, would you support your club even if they're found guilty? Mons, if your club is found guilty in something like this, would you still back the club and the owners and all this stuff, or no?
I don't back the owners anyway. I'm a Liverpool fan. I hate my owners. What are you talking about? I hate my owners.
Yeah, I would show everyone the breaches, but I don't understand the codes or the Premier League rules. But
yeah, they didn't tell us what the codes are. You need to go and look them up. Okay, one of the codes is the grass was cut too high.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah, and I'm saying Man City also put a statement out about 3 hours ago. It says Manchester City is surprised by the issuing of these alleged breaches of the Premier League rules, particularly given the extensive engagement and vast amount of detailed materials that the EPL has been provided with. The club welcomes the review of this matter by an independent commission to impartially consider the comprehensive body of irrefutable evidence that exists in support of its position. As such, we look forward to this matter being put to rest once and for all. But when you have over 100 breaches, allegedly that That's
Man, that's a friend.
bro. That's not a surprise, bro. They've been doing digging for years. You know what I
They
mean?
got hit with the Rico charge, bro. They got hit with the Rico. That's what they got hit with. Yeah, like this shit's been going on, and now they're gonna be like they're gonna hit them with the young thug. Do you know what I'm saying? It's peak.
Mhm.
It's peak. These men are surprised. They're surprised they got caught. That's what they're surprised.
Do you
Not surprised.
So let me ask you this then. So if they do find themselves guilty in some charges, what do you think's a fair, in your mind, in your own opinions, what do you think's a fair punishment?
If they're convicted of all counts, 100.
Okay, let's break it down. Let's do it then. If they're all 100, then what? What do you think's fair?
Relegation.
Straight relegation and a transfer ban.
Relegation.
That's what's gonna happen.
Not transfer. Relegation.
Yeah, but if you get relegated, surely you should get transfer banned as well. I mean, Juventus didn't they not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in breach of
you
FFP
have to
rules,
get a transfer ban. You have to get a transfer ban.
yeah,
Because this is how they control the money. It's not about relegation. It's not about point deduction. The transfer ban is how you control the money. Like, you cannot spend money, and the club will be put under like someone to manage the finances to make sure that they pay back or make the money that they spent and stuff like this. So, but I don't think they're gonna get relegated. I think then they will get a transfer ban, but it's gonna be long. It might be 3-4 years, but I don't know how the club is going to be affected in terms of Champions League and European football, because UEFA are not involved in this, and UEFA are separate entity from the
Cool.
Premier League, from the federation.
So cool. I'll repeat this for any Man City fans that obviously support the channel. Remember, this is not the opinions of Daps. He does not represent what we think. Do not get onto Daps. Don't get into his inbox saying, "Oh, they're ripping into City." Everyone gets ripped into. We're just having a discussion. If you don't like it, then fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just me being honest, and that's how I'll talk to you in person as it is on the screen. So it's like, I'm not gonna call you lot rats, because you fans that do support City deserve better, allegedly, as well. So on that note, I'm not talking to you personally, by the way. No, it's not that. It's not me being nice. It's just the fact of the day is that they're fans and they don't deserve it, and Daps don't deserve the criticism because it's a generic channel.
Yeah.
So on that note, I will make jokes in the future, 100%, and I will probably do it this show.
Yeah, like everybody made jokes of Liverpool, like everybody made jokes of Man United when they were like.
But remember, any Man City fan,
if Man United today got caught with alleged, by the way, 100 charges, I'll be the first one to laugh. I can't lie, bro.
Exactly.
Not because I'm saying the fans deserve it. The fans, no, bro, no. There's
no, but it's not.
It's football.
That's what I was saying. Remember, when I talk on Man City, do not take it personally, yeah? Because, or any club, to be fair, don't take it personally. I'm not coming at you as people. I'm coming at the club, the football team, and what's going on there. Not you fans, because we appreciate every single person that actually likes football. Just don't take it personally. If you're a bit younger, it's I'd understand in it. You might not be yet mature enough to understand it that way. I'm not talking down on you either, but I just want to clarify that to people. But
I want to ask something. I'm sorry. How does that affect English football if they get point deduction? If they got taken, because point deduction, relegation, they're out of the top 6, right? How does that affect English football?
Well, I might have to get my refereeing book out. So talk carefully. Let's go. I've got my whistle as well.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it does affect English football, because Man City they're a top team, bro. Like, they are a top team. And then when you take that out, that means obviously you're dropping quality. That's the only way I can think of it. So in Europe, it might affect you because you're dropping in quality of another team. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of anything, it's not going to affect anything in general, because football moves on. Do you know what I mean?
But remember, Kes, 2012 to 2018, that era where Arsenal, Man United were down, European football were dominated by La Liga, and everything about English football went down until English football caught up.
There's too much money. There's too much money. Even Bournemouth has got money these days to ever affect English football. Nothing's going to happen. We sustain ourselves. Like, just because one team doesn't mean it should affect everybody else. It just means there's another opportunity for another team to fill that space. And it obviously makes it easier on that one. No, Daps is not hiding. He's working. What do you not people not understand? Daps is working, bro. Do you get what I mean?
People, it is
Man has a life. He has a
3:30.
life,
It's
bro.
4 o'clock in the UK. Some people are at work. Some people have day
has a life.
jobs, and he's at work. He's just at work.
Yeah, all that as well, man. So don't. It's just. It is what it is, man. Look, Daps is working, or he might be ill. He might be something. I don't know. Like I haven't really spoke. I spoke to him briefly, but it is what it is. He's got a life. He's got children. He's got this and that, or a child, shall I say? So yeah, man. But I think like let's go down a little bit more for you guys as well. I want to know what you guys think. Let's say they are in breach of 50% of the charges. What is the acceptable punishment there then?
2 years transfer ban.
And what else? We're talking over 100 charges.
A little bit of point deduction this year, maybe 20-point deduction or something. So they are making sure that they're not getting Champions League.
Correct.
Even though we know that if they get 15-point deduction, they'll still be ahead of Liverpool and Chelsea. I read that today. But I think transfer ban and point deduction, I think that's fair enough. Fair enough. 2 years of no signings, I think that's enough discipline for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not relegation. I don't want to see KDB and Haaland play in second division, people. I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see this, people.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, cool.
I do.
Wait 1 sec. Did you just come out of the stream and back in? I'm not understanding.
Where are you?
No, his camera's mute. I think they can hear him, but they can't see him yet. Okay, cool. I think that's fair enough. But if they're allegedly guilty of even 20%, anything below that, 10%, whatever, I think because of FFP the way it works, they should just have a transfer ban, and that's it. You don't need a point deduction. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Unless
just
it's
a
in a
transfer
high
ban, yeah.
percentage. They should just have a transfer ban if they are in breach of FFP, because that happens to everyone. It happens to Chelsea as well. Now, the next question is, what happens if they're actually not guilty? What should be done about that? Because they are targeted quite a lot.
As Man City board said, this should be done and dusted. They should be put to bed. This should be put to bed, and nobody will investigate City again. I don't want to see like this happen every year now. I'm like, oh, this club is investigated. This club is investigated. I don't want to see that.
So then another one then, should all the fans that are even in here in this chat apologize for making jokes? Because we are going harsh on them, and we're going to the extent oil money, this, that, and the other, their owners. We're calling them cheats in the comments as well. I'm seeing. Do you guys think we should, if they are to not be guilty, that we should actually be like, you know what, I apologize, man?
Yeah, of course. Everybody should apologize and all the. But again, we're not accusing Man City of anything. It's the league. I'm not accusing Man City. I'm not after Man City. It's the Premier League, and if they investigate and find them not guilty, they should apologize to them. They should apologize to them. But again,
they should sue. I think they should sue. I think they should sue the Premier League if they do that.
Of course, because of the marketing value of the club, and then the supporters of the club around the world. I think when they hear about that, a lot of supporters, I don't know, a lot of people will start questioning the Man City as a club and stuff like this. But anyway, we've been dwelling on this too much. And I'm not a financial advisor to sit here and tell you what happened.
Yeah, man. But you know, like, it is what it is. You know, like,
big up Grizz in the building.
Big up Grizz in the building. So Grizz, I know you're here, but we've basically gone from 100% guilty to 50% to some percentage, and if they're not guilty, that's the way we've done it. So there's no, we just because I can't just say they're cheating, because that's actually illegal, bro. Do you get what I mean? It's actually illegal. I could get arrested. You know, you can legally online if you're claiming something, and it's wrong, especially in a court of law or the eyes of the law, I could get arrested. So I'll let you guys in the comments do that talk for me if you want to. Not for me, like, you're not speaking for me, but it is a bit sticky. You know what I mean?
And I want to ask an awkward question. Why do Man City fans have to stand behind their board?
What do you mean?
Okay, why Man City fans in the comments are saying we stand behind our club? You stand behind your club, you support your club, you get point deduction, you get a transfer ban. Of course, you support your club, you love your club, and that's how it is. But do you really want to stand behind the board if they are cheating, if they are creating a fraud? I wouldn't. In my club at Inter, when the Chinese government now are accusing our owners of committing fraud, I'm like, get them out of my club. Get
Yeah,
them
yeah,
out.
yeah.
My club is better than having. So, Man City fans, I'm not telling you how to support your club, but for
Yeah.
you to sit here and say I support my board, if they even like, I don't think you should.
You
do
know,
that.
I have to play two. I have to play two things because if I keep
Okay.
telling, if I look, I see this is why it is only if you knew and understood. So where is it, Matthias? You're saying Cass don't know the intricacies behind what they do, so that's why he's defending. I'm not defending them. I've just questioned both sides. I did. Did you
Yes.
not just see what I just said? Like, go back. I've literally timestamped it for you guys to see. I'm not accusing it because I can't do that, bro. I run a channel with a Man City fan as well. I would be doing him some disservice because he's not even here to defend his club. Do you get what I mean? So I'm
But
asking
can he,
questions about
Cass,
and
can
by the
he
way,
defend the club?
no,
Can he defend the club?
yes, probably he can because you know why? Because they haven't been found guilty yet.
Yeah.
Do you get the
okay.
difference? And the thing
Yes,
is,
yes.
if I don't do that, then all the Man City fans are actually in here right now that are watching us. I'm doing them a disservice because I'm sticking on them. You can go on my channel, on my channel, on my page, on my Instagram, and that. Yeah, I'm gonna banner it. Of course I am, man. You see me early in my robe and drinking a cup of tea, my hat backwards and that. So I have to play devil's advocate right now. That's all I'm saying. So that's it. And that's all I'm gonna have to say, innit? But if they're guilty, trust me, if they are, I'm going to rip them into shit. Trust me, I will not forget this. The next 10 years, that decade is gonna be done. So yeah, man. I'm just trying to do both of the guys.
Am I back to normal?
Yeah, you're here, man. You look
And
wow,
your
you don't look
camera
like you're on an
is
iPhone
crisp,
4
everything
no
is
more.
Yeah, yeah.
You got upgraded to an iPhone 13.
It's cool, man. Yeah.
But wait,
Alright, man, I'm
so
back.
what do you think then, once, man? In deep down, what do you think?
Fuck them. Fuck them. Oh, y'all think I was gonna be? Y'all think I was? You know, it's a legend. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Oh my!
No, do you know what? Sometimes you gotta flip the script. Liverpool Football Club, 100 counts of cheating. Oh, stories. Oh, cheating and you can only win one prem. Oh, please. Oh, I didn't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. Could you imagine United charged 100 counts? 100 counts. United. Wait, so through the audio, we're still doing fuck all. No trophies in 6 years and you cheated. No.
Mourinho's gonna get a title then. Mourinho came second.
I don't think it. I don't think he will get the titles and stuff like that.
He won't shut up. The guy won't shut up if he gets that title.
People be like, wait. So when Mourinho said when Mourinho said his biggest accomplishment was coming second, now we know why.
He knew. Mourinho knew. He knew.
It's crazy.
Fuck them kids.
So again, I understand, man. We can do the sympathy thing. I ain't here for it. I'm enjoying this because any other club, we all getting punched up in the corner by every fan base. They're just decking us in. No chance to breathe. No bell. No half-time bell.
But I can't do that though, Mons, because I don't know the insides and outs of this deal, and I don't think the situation. I just know the alleged things, and if they are, bro,
you don't need to know.
You know what it is though, Mons. You know what it is though, Mons. I'm doing Super Saiyan. You remember when Goku first found his first Super Saiyan, like he can go up and that, and then Vegeta got bare, bare jealous, bro. I'm waiting, bro. I'm seething it at the moment.
Charging up.
I'm charging up.
Moijis, we're not biased. We're just talking about what's gonna happen if you're found guilty again.
But as a Man United fan, of course I'm gonna be biased, man. Of course I'm gonna be towards it. But I have to do my boy a service, bro, because it is what it is, man.
I hear it, bro. Do you know what it is, Kaz, as well? Like, City obviously lost yesterday, and whenever I said anything, shut up, 10th boy. Like, bro. So he's laughing.
Yeah.
I
don't even know all my soundboard. Can I go through my soundboard for you guys? Like, just I want to see what I've got quickly.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
I mean, what's this one?
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Oh, that's the correct one then. Oh my god.
Oh my
So
God,
Jordan
bro.
Brown here, yeah, is obviously he likes to call Mo football Fico Mo. He says Juve and City situation is different. One was actually match fixing. It's not the same. It's not the same. It was a big investigation and effed up the integrity of the whole Italian league and football association. But yeah, you know, it should be after.
No. Hold on, Jordan. Now that last charge that they got 15-point deduction, it's exactly the same. They actually reported false financial information. So exactly the same.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, saw over 300 of you in here. Please smash the like button. Just look, we're about 14 off of 200. Just go on your burners. Go on your one now if you don't mind. Takes 2 seconds. Not even that. Just go on your phones. Hit the fun button. Subscribe if you haven't. Put the notification bell on. Trust me, someone will be back in due time. We don't know when, but I'll be back in due time.
A lot of salty City fans. A lot of
Yeah, no, it's
salty
calm,
Rivals
man. It's
fans.
calm, man. It is what it is. But you know who should also be investigated after this? Have a guess. Chelsea. They need to also get the brown envelope. Premier League needs to start doing this extensive search because $1 billion in nearly one window.
And apparently Chelsea are in the clear for now, though.
For now. Something's brewing for that club, man.
As you said, you don't know the ins and outs. You don't need to know the ins and outs. We understand that the fan base aren't to blame. Unfortunately, the fans are attached to the club. So if the club gets persecuted, then unfortunately you are attached to the club.
Chelsea.
Guys, Olo with the super chat. Cass, I think you missed the super chat for Olo.
Go on.
Yes, he's saying, did you find it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can find it.
Yes. And Olo, I'm going to read the super chat once you put it out.
Go on then.
Just let me know.
Yeah,
he's saying, apology to Arsene Wenger. He pointed out financial doping. Actually, Arsene Wenger talked about this, I think, like about 4 or 5 years ago, when he said that there is financial problems in the Premier League and especially with Man City. And he talked about that. You guys remember that?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I do.
He did talk about it. And then when he's I think he's now advisor for FIFA and UEFA, and he talked about the problems that happen all the time with big clubs and the sponsorships and the deals. And Man City are the only club that came up, I think, positive from COVID because they signed a sponsorship deal with a company in Emirates, and that was one of the things. I think that's what started it, to be honest. But anyway,
Chelsea are shaking in their boots, man.
Yeah,
they're shaking right now. They're like, what? Didn't expect that. Wait, what did Matt Law say? He said he's got this tweet out saying, "No more dickheads at Chelsea. Club hire famous All Blacks manager." All Blacks is I think that's the rugby, right? New Zealand, to set a new culture, a mental skills coach. Rah, is João Felix really that beat up because Porro done his girl? Yo! Nah, I'm joking, man. Hey, man said zero knowledge. I don't know how your books are balancing, Joseph W. So 600 million in one win in 2 windows. Imagine that. It's looking a bit sticky. You know what I mean? What do you think, once?
It's a sticky one still. It's a sticky one. I'm just tired of people just.
You're a bit low. You're a bit quiet.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I
said I'm just tired of people doing the whole. I think because it's City, maybe because it's City that everyone's going easy. Maybe.
Do you see the super chat?
Yeah. I think I'll hit 44. He says, shredding docs as we speak.
Oh shit, man. Oh man.
This is a funny stream, man. It's 40 minutes in.
Bro, I woke up today, yeah, and all I see on my phone, Man City this, Man City that. I was like, wait, Man City are getting bagged. Good morning. Good morning. Nah, fam. I must be dreaming.
That's funny. That's funny shit. I can't lie. What a super chat. What is super chat? I know them Tottenham fans are desperate for that League Cup. They won that League Cup, man.
Can I super chat him? Can I super chat him back for that? That's how good of a super chat that was.
Super chat him back if you want. It's up to you, man. I suppose it's like we might as well talking on Tottenham. We might as well talk on. This is Chronicles. This ain't the the public lawyer's defense or whatever it is kind of channel. You know what I mean? Might as well talk about how City absolutely bent over for Tottenham yesterday because they did. They didn't play well.
Bro, how
They
about
lost.
this now? It makes sense now, though, Kaz. Do you know why it makes sense? I reckon Pep got the drop. You man are getting bagged tomorrow. Tomorrow you're getting bagged. So you know what? This Tottenham game don't even matter. So you see KDB, drop him. Save him for champs or some shit. The Premier League are gonna bag you, bro. It makes sense. Because that's why Rico Lewis was probably playing on the pivot with Rodri. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why Pepper Grains is losing his mind out here. You know what I'm saying? Boy, oh boy.
Alright, but yeah, look, let's talk about the Spurs game. Harry Kane, on what a moment that he could break a record, right? So we're gonna call him Harry Class Kane for now, because he did his thing. Look, he scored against a big man. He scored against a big side, didn't it? He's not just anyone, Man City, and they're not been doing great. Jimmy Greaves, to beat that record is hard. 200 Premier League goals now in the Prem alone, by the way. Coming for Shearer's record. You know, they were really good yesterday. And City, yeah, again, look, lifeless. Does that make sense what I mean by that? They don't look like the same City at the moment. Yeah, they're 5 points off of Arsenal. But that's going to hurt them, man. It's like, as much as we can talk about how bad City were, because I don't know what's going on in the back. There seems to be some sort of issue in a dressing room or something like that. No KDB, still no Diaz or Laporte. Tottenham were actually very good.
Let me tell you something. Yesterday in Pep's Guardiola interview after the game, he said something that showed he's out of his depth. He said that in the second half, Spurs did not pass the halfway line and they didn't attack us. And I think that's him just panicking after the game, because actually City created about 2-3 chances in the second half. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to cope with them. He didn't know how to cope with their defense. And he couldn't stop counterattacks, and he's tinkering, and I think missing Cancelo on that left side and not having Haaland in the game. 25 goals, yes, but you are way worse than the last year because your midfield, you need to compensate. You're playing 3 in the back. What was that formation, though? Why is Grealish always isolated on the and why is Mahrez was, apart from that strike that hit the post, the crossbar, Mahrez was not in the game. I think Rodri had a lot of mistakes. Rodri made 2-3 mistakes other than the goal, to be honest. Rico Lewis, you are asking 18 years old to do all this work and putting all this pressure on his shoulder. I think this is unacceptable for Pep Guardiola. I think, again, I'm going to say it, he's not God. Questions need to be asked about how he is putting the tactics to compensate with Haaland being there. When it doesn't work, it really doesn't work. They already lost 4 games this year. Already lost. Last year, they only lost 3 the whole season.
But they're probably on their way to 5 when they lose against Arsenal. It's D-Day for them, right, Mons?
D-Day today. But I don't know, bro. I think the Arsenal team smokes the City side if they play like that, in my opinion.
Yeah?
Yep.
What you say?
City are looking questionable, bro. They're looking very, very questionable. Like, so for me, if they pull up at Arsenal and try to go toe-to-toe and play like that, and if we see a Kanji, I'm tired of people saying a Kanji and Ake have been fine. No, they haven't been fine. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. Like, there's clearly a drop-off. Akanji and Ake are the 5th and 4th centre-back choices, I believe, behind obviously Stones, Laporte, and Diaz. And there's a reason for that, because they're not on the level of those other 3 centre-backs. And that's why Man City are so questionable.
Yeah. I big up Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy M sent. I think you just sent a sticker with no super chat, but big up for that anyways. Don't know why, but you remind me a little bit of a Chelsea fan. Why? You look like a Chelsea fan. Let me know what kind of fan you support. I think it might be your first time on the channel potentially. But big up. But yeah, man. Like, look, Kane got his goal from a good press that came from Rodri. He was clearly selling, you know. So and then they capitalized, but they actually played some attacking football. And Emerson Chicken Royale decided to have the game of his life. He saw Pedro Porro coming. He said, "No, I know Porro Chicken's coming into my club. I think they can take my spot." And it was serious. I can't lie. The guy was playing out of his skin. It was like McTominay, absolutely no source whatsoever at the start of the season, but it was outperforming. And then Tottenham probably go to Leicester next week or this week, shall I say, and lose. That's just typical, right? What we say, Stellini for manager.
He's better than He's better than Conte. He's better than Conte. Do we think Spurs are going to get top 4 still? 1 point behind Newcastle. Newcastle
Well,
are not scoring. Imagine after all this talk, Spurs get top 4.
well. I
After
mean,
all this talk.
I mean, look, I'm not one to shoot no messenger, but what if there's a point deduction before the end of the league ends? So,
Well, I think what people aren't really talking about is the fact that Man U are only 3 points behind Manchester City.
We talked about it yesterday in the call-in show, and I said, if Man City are in a title race, Man United are in one. If Man City are not in the title race, they are in a top 4 race with Newcastle United and Spurs, because how far Spurs are behind them? Spurs are only 6 points behind Man City. Yes, play the game, but again, as you said, Mons, Man City still play Arsenal twice. And Man City are not a perfect team, as people say. Yes, they are not. But again, you bought the best striker in world football at the moment, and scoring 25 goals, but apparently it's not enough, because 45 points from 21 games is not. This is not City. You're not. Are they on course to get 90 points? Not even 90 points, and they got 90 points in every league title they won in that last 5 years. So you're not. So you're getting worse then, and that's the problem. That's the. I think Pep Guardiola is trying to find a way, and KDB being on the bench yesterday, as I had the energy for Odegaard to say when Odegaard was subbed out, if Arsenal is looking for a goal and Mikel Arteta takes the best player in the league allegedly out, now that's a slap.
I don't get the Haaland smack talk, right? So I don't think.
No, he's perfect. It's not his. It's not him.
Yeah. So no, because it's not that. It's the pundits. See, it's particularly the Sky Sports pundits. What I don't get is that they say, "Oh, I don't think Haaland suits this team." I'm like, it's not Haaland though, bro. He made bare runs. I think Michael Richards even said it himself. He made like 15 runs that got ignored, right? Ignored.
Yeah.
It's their midfield, and then obviously
it's fault.
I think right now the problem is it's not even just their defending. I mean, the defending is quite atrocious, and they have had a makeshift defense for pretty much the whole season. Their midfield is not playing to the way that we know that they can play.
Yes.
And I just think that's just the biggest thing. Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, just don't look at it. Rodri is not having his best season, but I don't think he's helped in the same sense. And that's where it's and then KDB's just, I think he might be just catching on a little bit, or maybe it's just a bit of boredom now. Like they keep doing it season in, season out. He's been there for a long time. Maybe he needs something new. Obviously, it's quick to say that Haaland is the problem, but he has scored about 34 goals this season in total.
It's someone said yesterday, Jimmy Carragher said that Haaland chose the wrong club. Do you guys?
No, I don't think so. If anyone should be able to create for him, it's Man City. I just think not even just there. I think their wings. I think City, even their wingers and their midfield, the centre mids are just not.
So Jack Grealish.
They got.
I'm gonna say this then. I'm a fan of Jack Grealish, innit? But I'm sorry, I just don't think he suits Man City whatsoever. Like you taking that stardom of Grealish, and you made him into a robot that he does, and he just don't suit that. I don't know, man. He just don't suit what's the word I'm looking for exactly, Mo?
He's not a direct footballer.
No, it's not even just that. It's not even that. He Pep's taking like all the flair away from his game or something because he wants him to play his system.
He needs to be in a more of a. He needs more of a free role if he's to become.
I think so as well.
I think Jack Grealish is one of these guys who needs to be the focal point of a team, like he was at Aston Villa. He needs everything to go through him, and that's not happening. I feel like he feels like he's part of this machine, and Jack Grealish needs to be the guy who runs things, and it's not happening for him.
Yeah. Mo, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I think they've kind of done the polar opposites thing, which I don't really agree with. You've gone and got Haaland, who is goals, but then obviously you brought in Jack Grealish, who doesn't really get you goals or assists. And for me, that's not the right mix, because on the right wing, if Haaland's not scoring the goals, Mahrez is only going to get you 10 to 12 goals in the league, realistically. And then Jack Grealish isn't going to score you probably more than 5 goals.
Of course.
He might not even get you 5-6 assists in the Premier League if he plays regularly. So what they've done, for me, that's a contradiction, because it's not even like Jack Grealish he's a proper creator or he's a proper goal scorer. He's just kind of a nuisance. And he's not even a focal point to be a nuisance with a bit of both. He's kind of just a bit of neither. And then obviously Mahrez you have on the other side, who isn't really too direct anymore, just likes to kind of cut in and do his thing. So if the goals aren't coming from Haaland, where are they really coming from? You only have 2 goal threats in the team in Mahrez and Haaland. And then if you take off KDB, that's already 75% of Haaland's goal supply cut off already before the game's even started.
Yeah,
so
true.
now, and this is why you're seeing possession and vibes from Man City, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Possession and vibes.
That is what it is. It's for me. It's like it's just pointless possession, and
No
that's it.
vibe.
Guys,
Unless
by the
you
way,
get the
make sure you
vibe.
keep smashing the like button if you haven't done so. Like the fun button. I know many of you have. Appreciate everyone that has done so. But if you don't mind, if you haven't yet, just make sure you just double check that and like it. Much appreciated. But let's move on from Spurs. Obviously, let's talk about something that you've got on your chest right now. Let's talk about how shit Liverpool are right now. How about that? Yeah, you escaped this show. I remember this is Chronicles. We have to talk about everything. They kind of escaped it a little bit even on Sunday, you know, for rivals. You're not getting away with it today. You lost 3-0 to Wolves, bro.
I did.
You're 10th. Can you tell me that you're confident that you're gonna be above 10th by this weekend?
I believe we're losing every game we play. I can't. Every game's a loss or a draw. Everton at Anfield. If there's a game for these men to stand up, it has to be this game. But again, I support Hookers FC in it.
Who?
Sorry, Hooters FC. That's the team I support. Hooters FC. Trent, Gomez, Matip, you know, hey guys, can I take your order, please? It's Hooters FC. We serve goals. Kevin, how you want them? Like, that's just what these men are, bro. Like, they're just there to get ripped, strippers, here for a dance. If you're lucky, you get a double dance. Like, it's just the same shit. It's just the same shit with these, man. I'm tired of it. Man are down in tools now as well. Like, man, have stopped doing the basics. I'm not Klopp out, but I'm Klopp save yourself. Walk, bro.
Oh my God!
You remember that song that we sang? Remember that song we sang?
Pep, man, come on! It's one. He is the one to blame as well with all his tactics and all the stuff. Come on, don't give me the energy of Klopp, save yourself. He should be sacked. He should be sacked. He can't motivate these players. He cannot put the players to play football. Mo Salah is really not interested. Darwin Núñez, it's his signing in the summer. Absolutely dog shit. Does not even fit Brentford. Ivan Toney is 10 times his player, man.
I'm the first one to criticize Klopp. I'm criticizing Klopp 24/7. I said he's been out tacticked by every manager. He can't get the players going. Tactically, he's not doing enough. His in-game subs are losing us games when we're actually when we're from winning positions. He's been poor in the transfer window. He apologized for getting a striker instead of a midfielder, then proceeded to get another attacker and not a midfielder in the January window, the window afterwards. So I blame Klopp for 75 to 80% of this season. I'm tired of saying FSG. Everyone knows it's boring blaming FSG. It's boring now. Everyone knows that shit.
But why you're telling me Klopp save yourself? I mean, Klopp shouldn't save himself.
I'm saying Klopp save yourself because right now Klopp he's done all he can in terms of the getting the players going and having that good energy, that aura around the club. That's done. That's gone. And tactically, he's being out tacticked. So before it gets worse for me, I just don't want Klopp to go out with any less dignity than he's got now. So. It's for me, I think the best thing for him to do is to walk before it gets worse. That's why I said save yourself. Not because I don't want to criticize him. So, Liverpool fans get on to me for criticizing him too much.
All right, cool. So
I thought the worst Liverpool is against Brighton when you lost. No. But this game against Wolves, I was watching Man United Crystal Palace, and I'm like, every time I'm like, I had Liverpool on the second screen. I'm like, you made Wolves look like prime Man City. You're like prime Man City, 100-point Man City. Ruben Neves looked like the best midfielder, looked like Modric on the pitch. You were saved when Wang was injured in the first half. The guy was making runs, and Robertson was getting smoked on that side. And Jurgen Klopp couldn't see it. Darwin Núñez needs to freaking stop playing football. Go do something else other than football. Go back to Benfica. Go back to the Portuguese league. He doesn't have the touch. Cody Gakpo was better than him. This is how bad it is. for the Mo Salah 350K to just post Christmas pictures. That's exactly what it is.
But so what you
And-
said, quick one, a football gospel, big up for the super chat, says FFP in action keeps FSG at Liverpool. Investors soon. Them same investors that are in talks with Tottenham Hotspur right now as we speak, including naming rights, which is the QSI, I believe it is. But what it is, Mons, it's like, so you don't trust Klopp to rebuild, because it don't matter who comes in. So all in all, you're saying you don't trust Klopp to rebuild this team in the summer?
Should I?
I mean, you said you're not Klopp in or out, so clearly, if you don't trust him to build in summer, you're pretty much saying you're Klopp out.
He's been given a summer and a January, and this is what's happened.
But is that his fault?
Yes, it is.
So it is his fault. It's not FSG's fault that they
Because
didn't.
we still spent 105 million. So, like, what, 105 million couldn't go and get a midfielder?
I can't lie. People keep saying it. It's so similar to the last season he had at Dortmund, where he left them in 15th. 15th. You're 10th. You've got Everton on a derby with a manager bouncing Sean Dyche probably the perfect way of football to play against Liverpool right now. If you want to, sit deep in and break.
Long for us, bro. It's long
Derby.
for us.
Imagine it. So, do you reckon? Bigger question for people. I want to even know in the chat as well. Yeah, please.
Our sporting director.
Yo, got a question. If you lose at home in a derby to Everton, who ain't won at your ground now, I believe in forever, right, or something like that.
Not our grounding team. They beat us at Anfield 2 years ago.
That's in forever. So basically, all right, whatever. They ain't won there a lot. If you lose to Everton, your direct rivals, yeah. Do you reckon Liverpool fans will start turning and say, "Nah, enough is enough"?
Bro, there's already a split opinion of Klopp in and Klopp out. There already is.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about
nail in the coffin settings, though.
Yeah, is that the nail in the coffin? Because remember when David Moyes was managing Man United, and the nail in the coffin is, how's your former club coming to Old Trafford and beating us? That was the nail in the coffin. Not saying, obviously, David Moyes is nowhere near reached the feats of Jurgen Klopp, but, you know, it's a little bit sticky. Your direct rivals losing at home, but you don't really lose. What about...
He's going to get sacked.
Sacked?
If he loses. Sacked.
I mean...
But who did they get in then? Because I'm seeing Luis Enrique
It doesn't matter. Yes, I'm hearing Luis Enrique, and I think they might get him before Chelsea's fire Graham Potter and get Luis Enrique with all these players.
Everyone's saying that because Klopp turned us from doubters to believers, that he deserves at least a year, a bad year, and he deserves a chance to turn it around. If he can't turn it around, then maybe he should be fired. I feel like this season was a season to improve, or to, if there's a drop off, like I was okay with Klopp having a drop off. This isn't a drop off. This is a sinking ship. And we might not even be able to recover. But for him to try and can you even turn the ship around? So for me, it's not even about can he turn this around next season. It's about how badly we get this year and how long it's going to take to actually get back. Would it be that detrimental for Liverpool? And I'm not 100% confident that our owners sell Liverpool. It's looking like a minority stake. Obviously, we'll never know because all the ITKs keep changing like the weather. So at this moment in time, if FSG is still at Liverpool by the end of the year, Klopp needs to walk, in my opinion. At the end of the season, if FSG is still there, Klopp needs to go.
Yeah.
But if we get new owners, I'm 100% open to let Klopp do what he does with his money. But our director of football is leaving after one season.
Yeah, but it's not like he's done a great job, to be fair.
Exactly. He hasn't done a great job. He hasn't. So it depends who we get in as a director of football as well. There's a lot of variables, but I'm not. I don't know why people think the second that FSG sell Liverpool that it's going to be sunshine mountain. It's not, because Klopp's shown that with money to spend, without Michael Edwards, sorry, that obviously. It's without Michael Edwards, it's not looking good, innit? It's not looking good, bruv. So
yeah.
It's not looking, so I don't know whether we give him the keys. It doesn't mean automatic success.
Yeah, Dominic here says Everton's 5-1 against Liverpool. I got 100 on it. IQ says I believe he's lost the dressing room. Look at his body language. Yeah, his press conference says everything for me. Martin says players lost confidence. Jurgs knows what he's doing, like City. Christian Hoover says Xabi Alonso maybe for manager. Not really, he's actually doing really good at Bayern Leverkusen, but is that enough to warrant a manager spot at someone at Liverpool? That's a big step.
Liverpool should never be an experiment club.
Football Gospel says Klopp is not
Should
getting
never
sacked
be an
before
experiment
FSG
club.
leave. They would sell or get investment before firing Klopp. Ed says City are having a drop off. Liverpool having a falling off the cliff and still are falling. And Kieran B, big up. I haven't seen you in a while. Says yes, give him at least next year when he gets some midfielders in and injured players back. He has massive credit in the bank with me. Would never turn on him that quick. If next season the same, big questions. So and then Gregory says esports Nottingham Forest. So and he's saying get a striker in. Oh, nice, Nottingham Forest fan. Because Mr. Dorr sometimes, very rarely comes on the show as well. If you know Mr. Dorr. But yeah, man, Liverpool is sticky, but I'm loving it. Long may it continue. Long may it continue. And I think let's just move that on. Talking about the other side of Merseyside with Everton versus Arsenal. You know, bit of a sticky one there for Arsenal. Who could have? I mean, I imagine if they did win, and imagine the same result happened at City yesterday. Arsenal, man, are you lot thinking? Questions. Martinelli don't really look good at the moment. Time for Trossard to come in. The team performance went great. Maybe it's just an off day. You know, maybe it doesn't really matter. Jorginho didn't look like he fit in yet. So, you know, first game, stuck in the deep end slightly. What's your thoughts on it, Mo?
I'm gonna repeat what I said. My thing about it is that Martin Odegaard, they rely on him too much, and when you take him out when you need a goal, that's not a good sign. Thomas Partey looked like a little bit dominated in the midfield by Onana, Idrissa Gana Gueye, and the Koi in the middle. It looks like a Sean Dyche masterclass this game. And even Trossard, when he came on the pitch, he didn't look that great. Zinchenko looks really, really nervous all the time. I thought they weren't well prepared to this game. And I think what we saw in the City game when they lost and they kept telling us it didn't matter, it looked like it mattered. It looked like it shook their confidence a little bit. And it showed in the Everton game. Nobody was confident to take a player on. Saka was not in the game as much. Even though Gabriel made a couple of mistakes, Saliba did as well. It looked like Everton they were going to win this game no matter what.
Yeah.
From any point in the game, I was so confident that Everton are winning this game, even with 30% position, because they were dangerous in the first half and they were also dangerous in the second half. Listen, their XG is higher than the goal they scored. So Everton were closer to
Well,
win.
yeah, Nana could have made it 1-0 in the first half. Even
Exactly.
Calvert-Lewin.
Yes, he's not a footballer, but fine.
So yeah, you said something yesterday. What was it on Sunday yesterday, Mons, as well about Martinelli? Questions with like Gabby Jesus, not really the same. Maybe he's a bit fatigued.
Bro, Gabriel.
Put him Martin even.
Martinelli with a Y, not with an I. He lost that privilege.
Martinelli.
He without Jesus, he's just stinking up the gaff at the moment. Just running into defenders, doing his best out of form Marcus Rashford impression. It's not doing anything. I think Eddie Nketiah improves Saka's game, and Gabriel Jesus improves Martinelli's game. And also the fact that Ben White is more licensed to kind of get forward and stay wide, whereas Zinchenko kind of tucks in and plays that almost left DM role, which means Martinelli doesn't also have a overlap. But then again, Xhaka does get wide, and I don't know if people know, so Xhaka gets nice and high and gets wide with Martinelli. So Martinelli does have an overlap sometimes. But right now, I believe Trossard's going to bench him. I think it's time for Trossard to relegate Martin.
I said that, Mons. I said Trossard, for me, his form at Brighton coming to Arsenal, I think questions are going to be asked for Martinelli because Trossard is going to take that position and make it his. Maybe Martinelli should play as a forward. Well, what do you think? A striker, because he was already.
I think Nketiah still made himself available yesterday. Like I thought he was actually alright from the highlights. I didn't watch the full game because I was at the game myself. But from what I was watching, it was like Nketiah could hold his own. It's like one of them finishes were a bit wayward. I think in the first half, but he's actually alright. Like I don't think Martinelli's going to do anything better than Nketiah can do right now.
I just think that people are being too harsh on Nketiah. I think he created a very good opportunity for Odegaard, but he decided to do a 1-2 with the moon. Like that was the only opportunity. Yeah, to do.
That's on a 1-2 with the mood, fam. Nah, I don't know, man. All I'm gonna ask for, I need another meltdown from Arsenal. Because see, on Saturday, that was beautiful. You know, first game as well, 12:30 kickoff. I need another one of those meltdowns. I've been waiting for that for a long, long time.
Because you want to come for the league. That's what you think.
I want them to lose all the time. Of course I do.
Yeah, because you want to win the league. You
But
think you
who
can
doesn't
win
want to
the
win
Your
the league?
club.
But it's not the point.
You think you can win the league, though?
I don't yet. I don't.
You don't?
It's they got a game in hand and they're very, very far away. That's a lot of bottle jobbing to do, you know. Like that's like 3 more losses at least in question. You know, I don't know where they get that from at the moment. I mean, that's mental talk, if I'm being honest. But yeah, and obviously the last game to really touch upon is obviously Man United, Casemiro, more or less Casemiro. More
You mean GBH?
means Spirit of Cantona.
GBH.
Damn, it wasn't even that bad.
Oh. Yeah, man. 3 games out, GBH. Yeah, man. Get another one hit with a Rico charge. You see it. 3 games in the can. Free him up.
Well, do you might actually think that was a red card? Like, be honest. Like,
100%.
Yes, bro. Yes.
But by the video,
It looked worse than it was. I say it looked worse than it was, obviously, but you can't. As I said, Donny still thinks he's in La Liga to be pulling
It's
that.
violent conduct, bro. It's violent conduct. Like this is that. Guys, I'm sorry.
Bro.
You cannot put your hand in someone's throat. It's as simple as that. Both you can't. It's just like no matter how much you're gonna explain it to me that they joked about it after, it doesn't matter. He got caught on the camera with putting his hand on someone's throat.
It wasn't the angle that VAR had. No, the VAR angle that they had, right, was the wrong angle. Really, they couldn't really see it. By still images, it looked like his hands were on his neck. The video that came out from the fan angle showed that he actually had him all the time by his collar. Like, and you can see
fan angle.
No, but the fan angle was right in front of him because you can see.
Yeah.
You can see the collar. That's not your neck.
Yeah, but you're saying it. It's the fan angle. The people that sitting in the VAR room.
Yeah. No. But that will still go down as evidence. Because even
okay, so you can appeal it. You know, Man United can appeal it. They can appeal it.
They can. That's what I'm saying. Would you appeal it or would you just let it run?
Well, you can. I think, and actually, you can use the cameras from the fans. By the way, you're actually allowed to.
Of course you can.
You can appeal it. But anyway, I still think that he's an idiot. Shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't put yourself at risk like this, because you know your club needs you, and you know you're a big part of the club. The way you play. So for me, I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you putting your hands on someone's neck? Why you're being too aggressive? Exactly, Olo. Casemiro thought he was the Undertaker. Super chat from Olo. Thank you so much for. I thought the same. I was like, why are you putting your hands on someone's throat? And Man United, you guys were in full control.
Oh, after that second goal, man. How good was that second goal as well, man? I thought it was stupid as well, man. It's like some of his experience should know better. And I don't, you know what? Even if the fan angle was where it was, I don't think it's worth appealing, man. Because when there's a cup final there, it's too much risk. It's the risk factor. What we see is different.
Is he gonna play the cup final?
Yeah, but if you appeal it and it doesn't get accepted, then there's a possibility that he loses out an extra game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? So you can appeal it if you've got sufficient evidence. But I haven't seen Man United do no appeals. We got Leeds in 2 days.
Yeah, you got Leeds and then Leicester and then.
So I think they're just gonna let it run because knowing the FA, they'll be like, no, but by still images, he still had it there. I don't know. I think it's not really worth it. And he was having a great game. You know what the maddest thing is? The same player, Schlupp should have been sent off that game, and nothing would happen because in the first half, Schlupp. In the first half, so Casemiro, so basically, he should have sent off. So there was one disgusting tackle on Casemiro. I don't know if you saw it. He was down for ages. I think it was the first half. I believe it was. I might be wrong. Or in the second half, clamped him nasty. Didn't get a yellow card whatsoever. In the second, he done what he done against Anthony, and that should have warranted another
yellow card for sure.
So, and that's again the referee's been inconsistent yet again, and Jordan Ayew got away with everything.
Yeah, because there was no camera, and they actually said that. I said that yesterday in the Colin show that they had no camera to show that what he did to Fred. I think he did that to Fred or something. Like he pushed him at the neck or something, or the face.
No,
But anyway,
He didn't push him. He looked like he punched him. Like literally punched him in up here. By the way, on the.
by the
jawline.
way, he can get suspended, but
I doubt that's gonna
because
happen.
of that evidence. But anyway, so does that affect you against Leeds at all and against Leicester?
I don't think so, man. Why am I should be scared of no Casemiro against their midfields or whatever? Like Sabitzer's there. I think you got a great pivot in Fred and Sabitzer. I think they do balance each other out very well. Sabitzer's very physical and can do any sort of job or role that you need.
New manager bounce.
Well, who is the new manager? Yeah, they don't even have a new manager.
They're not
Hey, I guess we'll never know. You know what I'm saying? For now,
I don't think that would be the case because to get a new manager in
it's
2
the day
days.
after tomorrow.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's the day after tomorrow. But then we got them on a weekend. Is the manager are they gonna get a manager in quick enough to do anything? It's just gonna be caretaker at the moment. It's gonna be a hefty one, but yeah, man. I don't know, man. 261 people in there and 261 likes. Who has forgotten? Who's forgotten?
Guys, after underneath your live chat, again, I'm going to repeat it. I know you have your live chat on and you're enjoying this. So close the live chat and hit the like button. It looks like this. It's free. Doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps us massively.
Yeah, but I got nothing else to really talk about today. I think we covered pretty much every aspect that we needed to, especially on City. So, anything else you want to talk on? Don't really want to talk on Chelsea.
Are not going to get Champions League and Grandpa is going to
get City, get your lawyers. It's getting sticky. Yeah? Get your lawyers. They're facing the RICO charge. You see it? Hey, Pep, man, get your lawyers sorted, brother.
250 people here. I want to ask you guys something after this video. Don't just leave the video. Make sure leave a comment underneath this video, even if it says just a comment or a smiley face. We need that comment from you guys. You just help us massively. Just leave one comment underneath the video when it's done, and we really appreciate that from you if you can do that for us, please.
Yeah, man. Yeah, big up. And if you want to become a member, join. Look at the pinned. In the comments, it should be right there or in the description if you want to become a member of Never a Foul. Nearly on 40 members. So yeah, man.
Also, shameless plug. Big Sixpence. We are 3 subscribers away from 3,200 subs. So people
I don't know. We grabbed about 30 subscribers from this show alone, man.
So like,
I mean,
someone
hey,
Solo, if you could dash the link in there for me, please. Solo, I see you.
It's already there. Please put it on the screen. Solo MCFC already have it there. Just please put it on the screen. People go. Big Sixpence, amazing shows there. Daily stuff with Mons here, and just go subscribe. If he can get 20, 30 subscribers on the show, that would be absolutely amazing help for his channel as well. So thank you, everybody.